We're about to learn a whole lot more about how teams view the top prospects in the NFL draft. The front offices and coaching staffs of all 32 NFL teams have set up shop in Indianapolis for the 2019 NFL Combine, where the top players will be put through drills, interviews, and paraded in front of the media as teams begin finalizing their draft boards. While these rankings could look much different by next week, here's an updated look at the top 50 prospects as the Combine gets underway for a sense of whose stock is rising and whose is falling. 1. Nick Bosa, the Ohio State size, 6'4" and 265 pounds 2018 stats, 14 tackles, 6.0 tackles for loss, 4.0 sacks, 3 games, previous ranking, no. 1. Unchanged, a truly elite pass rusher, Bosa is also better than expected as a run stopper. An explosive first step and nasty swim move will make Bosa a perennial nightmare for offensive tackles. 2. Quinnen Williams, DT, Alabama size, 6'4" and 295 pounds 2018 stats, 8.0 sacks, 18.0 tackles for loss, 66 total tackles, 1 pass break. A previous ranking. 2. Unchanged, Williams had a historically dominant season at Alabama, and seemed to improve with each week. What sets Williams apart is the fact that he isn't just stout at clogging up rushing lanes and stopping the run, but he also generates a consistent interior pass rush. 3. Josh Allen, LB, Kentucky size, 6'5" and 260 pounds stats, 84 tackles, 18.5 tackles for loss, 14.0 sacks, 4 pass breakups. Previous ranking, no. 3. Unchanged, with the experience and position versatility to play both inside and outside linebacker at high level, Allen has a chance to fly up draft boards. Allen's speed off the edge gives him the chance to be a dominant pass rusher. 4. Rashawn Gary, DT, Michigan size, 6'5" and 283 pounds 2018 stats, 38 tackles, 23 tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks. Previous ranking, no. 5. 1. Rashawn Gary's explosive first step and elite upper body strength make him a matchup nightmare for offensive tackles. Gary is tremendous against the run, but his size, strength and explosiveness at the snap make him a top pass rushing prospect. 4. Ed Oliver, DT, Houston size, 6'3" and 292 pounds 2018 stats, 54 tackles, 14.5 tackles for loss, 3.0 sacks, 1 pass break. A previous ranking, no. 7. 3. Oliver isn't just stout against the run, he has the chance to develop into an elite interior pass rusher, which have become more valuable than ever to NFL defenses. While he lacks ideal size, Oliver's speed and athleticism make him nearly unblockable. 5. Christian Wilkins, DT, Clemson size, 6'4", 315 pounds 2018 stats, 51 tackles, 14.0 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks. Previous ranking, no. 6. 1. Wilkins has the ideal size, strength, and explosiveness to be a disruptive interior pass rusher. A slippery defender, Wilkins does a nice job of sliding off of opposing blockers on his way to stopping the run, en route to the quarterback. 6. Devin White, LB, Elsa size, 6'1" and 240 pounds 2018 stats, 115 tackles, 12.0 tackles for loss, 3.0 sack, 5 pass breakups. Previous ranking, no. 9. 3. A potential 3-down linebacker, White also shows plenty of range in coverage with the speed to keep pace with opposing running backs and tight ends. However, his strength is as getting after the quarterback on blitzes. 7. Josh Jacobs, RB, Alabama size, 5'10", 215 pounds 2018 stats, 120 carries for 640 yards with 11 touchdowns, 20 catches for 247 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Previous ranking, no. 47. 40, potentially the highest riser in the pre-draft process, Jacobs does a nice job of turning dirty carries into big gains once he gets to the second level, thanks to his outstanding field vision and patient running style. Jacobs is a threat to score whenever he touches the ball, either as a ball carrier or receiver out of the backfield. 8. Jonah Williams, OT, Alabama size, 6'4" and 300 pounds. Previous ranking, no. 10. 2. Alabama's Jonah Williams has the versatility to be effective either at left tackle, or on the right side. A fundamental tactician, Williams' size and quick footwork give him the chance to develop into one of the top prospects at the position. 9. Montez Sweat, edge, Mississippi State size, 6'6" and 252 pounds. 2018 stats: 51 tackles, 14.0 tackles for loss, 11.5 sacks, 1 fumble recovery. Previous ranking, no. 17. 8. Sweat's explosive first step and acceleration make him a difficult matchup for opposing offensive tackles. Elite speed, flash during the Senior Bowl, give Sweat a chance to be a playmaker. 10. Greedy Williams, CB, Elsa size, 6'2" and 182 pounds. 2018 stats: 33 tackles, 2 interceptions, 9 pass breakups. Previous ranking, number 4, -6, a tall, lanky, and rangy cornerback, Williams has tremendous ball skills and ideal size. Fluid hips, elite athleticism and an ability to recover even if receivers gain separation at the line of scrimmage are Williams' best traits. 11. Dwayne Haskins, QB, Ohio State size, 6'3" and 220 pounds. 2018 stats: 248 of 496 passing for 4,580 yards with 47 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Previous ranking, number 15. 4. Haskins is a natural pocket passer with solid vision, who gets rid of the football quickly and with accuracy. Sound decision-making from the pocket and his ability to consistently hit on intermediate throws likely will lead to Haskins being the first quarterback chosen. 12. DeAndre Baker, CB, Georgia size, 5'11" and 185 pounds. 2018 stats: 40 tackles, 2.0 tackle for loss, 2 interceptions, 9 pass breakups. Previous ranking, no. 18. 6. Baker does a nice job of leveraging his physicality at the line of scrimmage against wide receivers, excelling in jam coverage and taking them off their routes. He also has elite ball skills to make plays on contested passes. 13. TJ Hawkinson, Iowa size, 6'5" and 250 pounds. 2018 stats: 49 catches for 760 yards and 6 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. Hawkinson has the pass-catching ability to line up in line or from the slot, and is also a tremendous run blocker which should allow him to stay on the field for all 3 downs in virtually any scheme. 14. Kyler Murray, QB, Oklahoma size, 5'10", 195 pounds. 2018 stats: 260 of 377 passing for 4,361 yards with 42 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 140 rushes for 1,001 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Previous ranking, no. 26. Concerns about Murray's size will likely follow him throughout the pre-NFL draft process, but the two-sport star more than makes up for them with nearly elite arm strength, accuracy, sound decision-making, and the ability to make things happen with his legs once the play breaks down. 15. Andre Dillard, OT, Washington State size, 6'5" and 305 pounds. Idle size with plenty of athleticism to play offensive tackle. Dillard thrives as a hand fighter. Dillard is far better as a pass protector than a run blocker and would be right at home protecting a quarterback's blind side. 16. Dexter Lawrence, DL, Clemson size, 6'4" and 345 pounds. 2018 stats: 36 tackles, 7.0 tackle for loss, 1.5 sacks. Previous ranking, no. 14. -2. One of the top run stoppers in this year's class, Lawrence has elite athleticism and speed. Interior offensive linemen struggle with Lawrence's upper body strength and explosiveness at the point of attack. 17. Devin Bush, LB, Michigan size, 5'11" and 234 pounds. 2018 stats: 66 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss, 4.5 sacks, 4 pass breakup. Previous ranking, no. 13. -4. Bush is an elite playmaker in space, but he also does a nice job of creating penetration up the middle both against the run as well as rushing the passer. Defensive coordinators are going to enjoy drawing up exotic blitz packages that feature Bush. 18. DK Metcalf, WR, Ole Miss size, 6'4" and 225 pounds. 2018 stats: 26 catches for 569 yards and 5 touchdowns, 7 games. Metcalf has a monstrously athletic frame that makes him an ideal red zone target along with breakaway speed that helps him win in man coverage. If Metcalf can prove that neck and foot injuries are behind him, he could be a top 10 pick. 19 Clelin Ferrell, LB, Clemson size, 6'5" and 260 pounds. 2018 stats, 28 tackles, 12.0 tackles for loss, 7.0 sacks. Previous ranking, no. 12-7, Ferrell's pass rush prowess is shown in his sack total, but against the run, where he has the chance to become a three-down defender. Ferrell is outstanding on plays that are run right at him because of his ability to fight off engaged blockers and make the stop. 20 Byron Murphy, CB, Washington size, 5'11", 182 pounds. 2018 stats, 37 tackles, 4 interceptions, 1 returned for a touchdown, 13 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble. Previous ranking, number 33, 13, outstanding ball skills and instincts in coverage. Murphy has spent time both as a nickel cornerback as well as on the outside. Likely not a fit to play man coverage because of subpar speed. Murphy does a nice job in run support as well as zone coverage. 21 Cody Ford, OT, Oklahoma size, 6'4", 338 pounds. Previous ranking, no. 26-5, Ford is a nasty, road grader of an offensive tackle, who excels at opening up running lanes and punishing opposing defensive ends along the way. With the versatility to play either tackle or offensive guard. 22 Ja'Kai Polite, OLB, Florida size, 6'2" and 245 pounds. 2018 stats, 43 tackles, 18.0 tackles for loss, 11.0 sacks, 4 pass breakups. Previous ranking, no. 19-3, one of the premier linebackers in this class, Polite does a tremendous job of flying off the edge as a pass rusher and disruptor against the run in the backfield. Polite's instincts and field vision will both serve him well in the NFL. 23 Noah Fant, Iowa size, 6'5" and 242 pounds. 2018 stats, 39 catches for 518 yards and 7 touchdowns. Previous ranking, number 24, 1, Fant has the versatility to line up as a tight end, in the slot, or even out wide at times. With the prototypical size to play tight end, Fant is an elite playmaker after the catch. 24 N'Keal Harry, WR, Arizona State size, 6'4" and 213 pounds. 2018 stats, 73 catches for 1,088 yards and 9 touchdowns. Previous ranking, no. 16-8, Harry has the ideal size to be both a possession receiver and red zone target, but also has elite hands and speed to take the cover off of a defense. Whether it is running 9 routes on the outside, or feasting on passes over the middle and turning them into big gains after the catch, Harry has plenty of playmaking ability. 25 Jeffery Simmons, DL, Mississippi State size, 6'4" and 300 pounds. 2018 stats, 59 tackles, 15.5 tackles for loss, 1.0 sack, 4 pass breakups. Previous ranking, number 8-17, Simmons frequently bullies his way into the backfield where he's a tackles for loss monster. With a long frame, Simmons excels at shedding blockers against the run, and quickly getting after opposing running backs. Off-the-field concerns could hurt his draft stock. 26 Greg Little, OT, Ole Miss size, 6'6", 330 pounds. Previous ranking, no. 22-4, Little has tremendous explosiveness off the line of scrimmage, which gives him an edge in run blocking where he does a tremendous job of bullying his opponent off the mark. In addition to frequently winning at the point of attack, Little does a nice job of getting to the second level and engaging linebackers as a run blocker. 27 Paris Campbell, WR, Ohio State size, 6'1" and 208 pounds. Stats, 79 catches for 992 yards with 11 touchdowns. Previous ranking, no. 23-4, Campbell has plenty of speed to take the top off of a defense as a deep threat on offense, but also contributes on special teams as either a kickoff or punt returner. 28 Brian Burns, Florida State size, 6'5" and 235 pounds. 2018 stats, 52 tackles, 15.5 tackles for loss, 10.0 sacks. Previous ranking, no. 21-7, Burns excels at getting into the backfield and terrorizing quarterbacks thanks to his explosive first step. Burns' draft stock could rise because of his ability to get after the quarterback as a defensive end, as well as to thrive as a playmaking outside linebacker. 29. David Montgomery, RB, Iowa State. Size, 5'11", 216 pounds. 2018 stats, 231 carries for 1,092 yards and 12 touchdowns, 18 catches for 102 yards. Previous ranking, 50. 21. Montgomery has outstanding speed and quick burst through the line of scrimmage, which helps him accelerate to top speed before he even gets to the second wave of defense. An instinctual runner with a good vision, he isn't afraid to lower his shoulders and bowl over defenders. 28. Irv Smith, Alabama. Size, 6'4" and 241 pounds. 2018 stats, 38 catches for 648 yards and 7 touchdowns. Previous ranking, no. 28. Unchanged, Smith has the ideal frame for an NFL tight end, and the ball skills to play slot receiver in the NFL. His true upside in the NFL is as a receiver, where he is a matchup nightmare for opposing linebackers and safeties, rather than as a blocker where he needs to improve. 29. Drew Lock, QB, Missouri. Size, 6'4" and 225 pounds. 2018 stats, 252 of 399 passing for 3,125 yards with 25 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Previous ranking, no. 37. 8. Lock has plenty of arm strength, and excels when pushing the ball deep downfield to his intended target, with enough touch to drop the ball into the receiver's hands in stride. Out of a gunslinger, Lock will not hesitate to fire passes into tight windows. However, Lock's film is a bit inconsistent from play to play and game to game. 30. A.J. Brown, WR, Ole Miss. Size, 6'1" and 230 pounds. 2018 stats, 85 catches for 1,320 yards and 6 touchdowns. Previous ranking, no. 31. 1. With the size to be a possession receiver, and the speed to get behind the line defense while also possessing reliable hands. However, for Brown to solidify himself as a top pick, he will need to improve his route running, which has been inconsistent this season. 31. Taylor Rep. S. Washington. Size, 6 foot and 200 pounds. 2018 stats, 58 tackles, 5.0 tackles for loss, 4.0 sacks, 2 interception, 4 pass breakups, 3 fumble recoveries. Previous ranking, no. 43. 12. Rep excels both deep in pass coverage, as well as a box safety against the run or as a blitzer. If Rep's cover skills continue to improve down the stretch this season, he'll push to be chosen in the first round. 32. Nasir Adderley, S. Delaware. Size, 6 foot, 185 pounds. 2018 stats, 48 tackles, 3 interceptions, 9 pass breakups. Previous ranking, no. 25-7. Adderley is a rangy safety, capable of covering significant ground in the defensive backfield, and also has elite closing speed while playing deep in coverage. Whether he's stopping a running back in the open field, or trying to knock the ball loose from a receiver over the middle, Adderley is capable of delivering punishing hits. 33. Zach Allen, Boston College. Size, 6'5" and 285 pounds. 2018 stats, 61 tackles, 15.0 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, 1 interception, 7 pass breakups, 2 fumble recovery, 1 forced fumble. Previous ranking, number 27, -6. Size and speed make Allen a premier prospect in this year's draft class, with plenty of upside as a pass rusher at the NFL level. Allen has experience playing the edge, but can also provide an interior pass rush as a defensive tackle. 34. Draymond Jones, Ohio State. Size, 6'3" and 286 pounds. 2018 stats, 40 tackles, 13.0 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks, 1 interception, returned for a touchdown, 1 pass breakup, 2 fumble recoveries. Previous ranking, no. 38. Jones' frame, athleticism and strength help him win his fair share of battles off the edge as a pass rusher, while his arm strength helps him fight through double teams against the run. 35. Julian Love, CB, Notre Dame. Size, 5'11", 193 pounds. 2018 stats, 49 tackles, 1 interception, 16 pass breakups. Previous ranking, no. 36. 1. A physical, lockdown cornerback with ideal size and strength, Love does a tremendous job of both sticking receivers at the line of scrimmage and knocking them off their routes as well as helping out in run support. At Notre Dame, Love spent time both on the outside, as well as in the nickel. 36. Deontay Thompson, Alabama size, 6'2" and 196 pounds, 2018 stats, 70 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions. 5 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. Previous ranking, number 32, -4, Thompson is a legitimate ball hawk over the middle of the field who has outstanding ball skills. In addition to supreme cover skills, Thompson has flashed elite closing speed and acceleration to make his way up near the line of scrimmage as a punishing hitter in run support. 37. Amani Oruwariye, CB, Penn State size, 6'1" and 204 pounds, 2018 stats, 48 tackles, 1.0 tackle for loss, 3 interceptions, 11 pass breakups. Previous ranking, no. 31. -6, Oruwariye has the ideal frame to play lockdown outside cornerback in the NFL. Not only does Oruwariye win his fair share of high-point 50-50 battles against opposing receivers, but he has plenty of production to back up his tape with 8 career interceptions. 38. Daniel Jones, QB, Duke size, 6'5", 220 pounds, 2018 stats, 60.5 completion percentage for 2,674 yards with 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 319 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. Previous ranking, no. 3. -8, Jones has plenty of arm strength but really it excels on touch passes and his placement on back shoulder throws. One of the most accurate deep ball passers in this year's class. However, an elongated release and inconsistent game tape could hurt his draft stock. 39. Miles Sanders, RB, Penn State size, 5'11", 215 pounds, 2018 stats, 207 carries for 1,223 yards with 9 touchdowns, 22 catches for 132 yards. Previous ranking, no. 39. Unchanged, Sanders has a violent and downhill one-cut running style that will suit him well at the NFL level. A true workhorse, Sanders is explosive through the line of scrimmage, with enough shiftiness to make defenders miss at the second level. Ball security is a concern. If Sanders dominates the combine drills, he could solidify himself as a second-round pick. 40. Dalton Risner, G.C., Kansas State size, 6'5", 300 pounds. Previous ranking, no. 41. 1. Risner is as fundamentally sound as they come, and as dominant as it gets as a pass protector, who excels at holding his ground against speedy edge rushers. As a run blocker, Risner does an excellent job of getting to the second level as a puller, lead blocker. 41. O'Shane Examines, OLB, the Old Dominion size, 6'3", 253 pounds, 2018 stats, 58 tackles, 11.5 sacks, 18.0 tackles for loss, 4 forced fumbles, 1 interception, 2 pass breakups. Previous ranking, no. 45. 4. Elite bend, explosiveness, and strength, helped Examines post eye-popping production and routinely create havoc in opposing backfields. Throughout the course of the season, Examines seemed to add a bull rush to his pass rush repertoire. 43. Isaiah Johnson, CB, Houston, size, 6'4", 203 pounds, stats, 66 tackles, 2 interceptions, 5 pass breakups, 2.0 tackles for loss. Previous ranking, no. 42. -1. With prototypical size to start on the outside in the NFL, Johnson is stifling in man coverage, and frequently knocks opposing receivers off of their routes early on in the down. In a league where the trend is towards long cornerbacks, Johnson will fit in most schemes. 44. Aliudo, OTG, Elon size, 6'6", 356 pounds. Previous ranking, no. 8. 4. An absolute behemoth of an offensive tackle, Udo dominated the competition at Elon, starting 33 games over the past 3 seasons. During the East-West Shrine game, Udo's athleticism was on display, as was the longest wingspan of any of the players in attendance. 45. Deebo Samuel, WR, South Carolina size, 6 foot and 210 pounds. 2018 stats, 62 catches for 882 yards and 11 touchdowns. Previous ranking, number 40, -5. Deebo Samuel has among the most reliable hands in this year's draft class. After the catch, Samuel is very shifty when it comes to navigating the middle of the field and making defenders miss. A smooth route runner, Samuel excels at creating separation out of his breaks. 46. Connor McGovern, UGG, Penn State size, 6 foot 4 and 300 pounds. Previous ranking, no. 49. What McGovern lacks in raw upper body strength, he makes up for with solid footwork and outstanding hands at the point of attack. As a pass protector, McGovern does an excellent job of locking into position and rarely gets overpowered by interior defensive linemen. 47. Damian Harris, RB, Alabama size, 5 foot 11 and 215 pounds. 2018 stats, 126 carries for 771 yards and 7 touchdowns, 18 catches for 176 yards. Previous ranking, number 35, -12. Harris is an explosive one-cut runner, who does an outstanding job of planting his foot and quickly getting to the second level of the defense. Once he finds and hits the hole, Harris's acceleration gets him through it quickly as a downhill runner. 48. Will Greer, QB, West Virginia size, 6 foot 2 and 225 pounds. 2018 stats, 266 of 397 passing for 3,864 yards with 38 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Previous ranking, no. 34, -14. Greer has tremendous pocket awareness and field vision, which is boosted by his prototypical throwing motion that helps him push the ball downfield, as well as hit the intermediate or shorter routes with accuracy. 49. Rock Ya-Sin, CB, Temple size, 6 foot 2 and 190 pounds. 2018 stats, 47 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 12 pass breakups. Prototypical frame, toughness, and the ability to make a play on the ball could help Ya-Sin rise up draft boards this spring. Ya-Sin has plenty of speed, but quicker outside receivers have been able to get separation against him where he's forced to recover to avoid giving up a big play. 50. Bobby Evans, OT, Oklahoma size, 6 foot 5 and 305 pounds. Bobby Evans is a supremely gifted athlete, who is quick-footed enough to play left tackle and get out against defensive ends or linebackers coming off the edge, but also does a nice job of opening up rush lanes as a run blocker. Matt Lombardo may be reached at mlombardo@newadvancemedia.com. Follow him on Twitter at @MattLombardonful.